Welcome to the party, we got the takes, no chase. Straight shooter podcast, winning the race.
Well, everyone, wow! I'll tell you what, that was something that I don't want to relive again. I don't know about you guys, and we had our show. I don't know what happened to Ben. But it was I'll tell you what, it was something. Like the game was it was hurting, and it was really bad. So I didn't know. I said, where do you even start with that? You know what I mean? I don't even know where to start and where to end. It was crazy. It was a crazy night, crazy day. And I was actually looking forward to this game. Hopefully, we would get to come back and make some plays. And what that was something that I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, they looked bad. They played poorly. Everything could go wrong went wrong.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible. Looking at this game, I'm sorry if I seem depressed. I am. This was just a bad game. They came out. You would think they come out with some fire after losing like that they did to the Cowboys. And, what makes it even worse for us Eagles fans, but I know you Cowboys fans love it. But for us Eagles fans, we are definitely not going in the right direction right now. We're going south. And I'm shocked, to be honest with you. I thought at least they would come out and play with some fire today against the Bears. And when I saw them go out and game plan, I know the defensive line, they got beat up a little bit out there today too, but they got beat up because the offense kept on going in 3 and out. They couldn't establish the drive. And that's the one thing that we've been saying over and over again with these guys. They just can't establish the drive. They can't run the ball. Saquon looked like he was running a little bit harder today. I don't know if you guys saw that, but honestly, this team is hurting right now. So, Carrie, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts is this thing head's gonna have to roll or something. It was just bad today. I think it looks to me like the offense just completely gave up.
Yeah.
The offensive line just isn't blocking. They're missing blocks. Everybody's not. They're not playing with any fire. You know what I mean? It's just sad right now, man. It really is. It's we're the good. I'm the kind of guy that likes to look on the bright side of things.
Right.
Like I'm the eternal optimist, I guess. I'm a homer, according to some
people
posts. Yeah. The bright side is we're still in first place, barely. I don't even have the schedule in front of me. Right now, the schedule doesn't even matter.
No. Any professional team would Andrew Cannon writes Brian Johnson season all over again. I felt that way. I didn't feel like they had a chance throughout this whole game. I didn't. I wasn't feeling good about it at all. You know, it was just bad.
And the defense got gashed, but I know they play like a bend but don't break defense. Basically, everybody does nowadays. Like the thing is just to keep teams out of the end zone because some offenses are just like impossible to stop nowadays. I think the defense did a pretty good job of keeping them out of the end zone. But there's only so much you could do when your offense keeps going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and the defense is just constantly on the field. And let's not be wrong here. Chicago's a pretty good team.
Oh, they're
not bad, man. They're not bad.
Well, Swift came in. He came into the game. He came into this. He came into the link, and he had something to prove today.
Yeah.
And I know he was playing with a chip on his shoulder. I know it. I could tell. When somebody's coming in and playing with a chip on his shoulder, he wanted to come out and prove to himself, hey, look, you guys got rid of me to pick up Saquon, and look how he ran today. Yeah. They ran hard. They played tough. They got physically dominated up front. They got beat up. And it's almost like, I hate to even say it. Right, wrong, or different. You guys can comment below. I think they might have quit. This team might have quit. I mean, and that's inexcusable, especially with a lot of everything that's going on. And the implications for everything. Now they dropped to number 3 in the NFC. Um, if this team doesn't pick it up soon, they're going to be one and done if they get to the playoffs. And I can't even believe I'm saying this after 2 weeks ago. But
Yeah,
it's amazing. I mean, it's frustrating as a fan, as somebody who follows this team.
not a collapse yet, but it's getting there, man.
Well, it's
getting
getting there because they're going to lose confidence. What happens is if you get in a situation like this and being a part of teams that before maybe didn't have the success you want, everybody starts going like this. Everybody starts pointing the finger, and we hope that's not going to happen. I mean, Patullo. I mean, I don't think he called a great game, but on the other hand, you got to execute. Jalen definitely didn't have the game that he should have had. There's a lot of things, one thing I saw them do today, one time, maybe I just wasn't watching it enough, but I did pick up they did run an RPO, and they had some success with that RPO. When he got out, when they actually did that, it freed up and it got the linebackers to bite, and then some things opened up, and he would be able to run. But I don't see enough of it. There's no, to me, I don't know, game plan wise. What was the game plan? What was the game plan? And that's the thing. It was almost like you're going through the motions. It's like, fellas, you're getting paid millions of
it's like
dollars.
you can't run the ball anymore. You know what I mean? It's like
Well, honestly,
it's the offense is actually becoming one dimensional, but they still keep trying the same things over and over.
well,
I did see a screen pass to Dallas Goedert today. That's why I really wanted to see something like that.
yeah, but if I go to Lump and I say, okay, Lump, run blocking as an offensive lineman is a pride thing, guys. That's a pride thing. It's a mano, knock your guy out, and they could not get drive on the ball at all, and getting guys out of the hole.
They sure were against us, though.
Right, and that's a pride thing, And they took it to us. They did. The Bears played well. Hats off to them. But looking at them, looking at what's going on with them, I just think that we are hurting. We're hurting. I could see it all over their faces. Jalen Hurts didn't even look like he was even happy to be there. I see the guy riding the bike. I mean, does he always do that?
Yeah, I mean it's cold weather. He doesn't want to cramp up. I guess.
Well,
he's a running quarterback.
I guess so. I mean, look, I guess so.
I'm not going to knock him for that.
I'm not. But what I'm saying was, even when he was on there, it just seems like there's no emotion, no fire. And I'm a big Jalen supporter, always have been. But I just think, he needs to grab these guys and pick them up by their bootstrap and say, let's go, fellas. Let's go.
Well, one thing I always like to see is when a quarterback is engaged with like their coaches on the sideline, like they're reading a tablet together. And the one play where Jalen actually did that was the one drive they had, the first scoring drive. Like I just hate it when a quarterback just goes to the sideline and just sits there.
Yeah.
No, man. Grab that tablet. See what you did wrong. Go over it with your coordinator. Communicate.
Yeah, I don't know. I see a Dallas fan.
Don't sulk on the sideline.
I see a Dallas fan, Tim, and I know Tim. Tim Work says when you're the best team ever, according to the fan base, you don't need a game plan.
We're not the best game plan. We're not
the best. We don't listen. I'm a realist when it comes to this team. Yeah. I am. I mean, look, I'm a homer in a way, but I'll be honest with you. I honestly think that we are we're a good team. We have a lot of great players, but we're not playing as a unit right now. And that's just calling it how it is. I mean, and there's no emotion. I didn't see any fire. Football's all about that. Ben, since you're a San Fran guy, so why don't we get your read on that game? What did you see?
Well, I watched most of it, but one thing that they still won't do that I've noticed is they got to mix Tank Bigsby in more. If Saquon's running, it's not working, you got to mix it up. You got to do something. And I think all that, I'm not trying to just harp on this guy, but it's what I see. And it goes back to Sirianni.
Yeah.
Sirianni's a hype man. He gets his team hyped up. That's the way he is. He's a motivational guy.
Right.
but I don't see him doing any of that.
Well,
And be honest, if I was in his shoes, man, like I'd be on my coordinator's tail. You know, I'm like, look, bro, you gotta get something going, or
right.
I gotta get something going, and he's not doing that. Like Sirianni's going back to the 2023 Sirianni. I see it's a mirror effect, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Eagles are crazy talented all across the board.
Yeah.
yeah, you're
And there's
starting to see a
no,
little bit of backlash from the players, like with that point you're
yeah,
bringing up.
like,
That's a perfect point, Ben. Like, it's a backlash. Like the players are kind of getting tired of him defending Petullo. It seems like to me.
yeah,
I mean,
because Sirianni
that's what a
just
lot of
said,
Eagles fans are talking about today.
yeah, I mean, Sirianni just said today, I think, that he's not changing the play caller. They just got to get things, they got to make adjustments. I'm like, man, you've been struggling with this almost all season, dude. I mean, you either crap or get off the pot, you know?
Yeah, it's more
You
than
have,
adjustments. You got to make a
yeah,
change. They want to see a change
yeah.
just for the team psyche. You know, just for that team psyche, you want to make sure you see that also. So there's a lot of stuff there to me that you gotta really go hit the drawing board hard and
Yeah.
play one game at a time from now on
And
because you got to
Fangio,
get something going into it.
I mean, Fangio is one of the best defensive coordinators in the league. I mean, his body of work speaks for itself. But that
Right.
offense, man, they're putting him in a very bad spot. I mean,
Right.
it makes him look bad at times. I mean, there's only so much a defensive coordinator can do to keep his team afloat on his side. You know, it's like, man, the offense keeps us on the field. We're gassed.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely. I mean, your offense is not helping you, and that's where they were successful last year. Last year they can establish a drive, and this year there's none of that. I don't see it. I don't see the ball control. I don't see them taking what the defense giving you. I don't see any of that. So I don't know. I mean, look, we're all scratching our heads and saying, what the heck's happening here? But the only person people can answer that question are the people inside of that locker room. So let me ask you this. I'm going to throw this at you guys. All of a sudden I made you guys the head coach of this football team, right? What's going to be your game plan moving forward? What's going to be? How are you addressing this team? What are you doing? Who wants to take it first?
I'll go ahead.
All right, go ahead, Lump.
So moving forward, how to get this team going? I think it challenged them. I don't like. So I'll tell you a story. So I just coached a guy who was a big rah guy,
Yeah.
much like Nick Sirianni. Nothing wrong with that, but you can't be the most hyped guy there because when a player on the field and they're looking for that emotional pick me up, and the guy who's the most emotional guy is on the sidelines. That doesn't help you when you're on the field.
No.
So you need to be. You can be high, but you can't be the highest guy because you need that highest guy to be on the field. Years in the past, we had a Brian Dawkins who was very emotional like that. Other guys on the field like that. We had a Trotter on the field who are those guys. Nick Sirianni seems to be the most emotional guy out there. Nothing wrong with that, but there's no one on the field who can pick this team up.
Yeah, who's going to be that guy?
So I would challenge the team. I would challenge the coordinator. Listen, hey, here's what I want to see. Here's some challenges to you. I want to see, 3 screen passes. I want to see 3 touchdown passes. I want to see 3 attempts over 40 yards. Like, put some challenges out there. And I think you'll understand this. I think when we played in high school, everyone had this, the stickers for your helmets.
Yeah.
They were team goals. A lot of them were team goals. If your team has over 150 yards rushing, you got a sticker.
Yeah.
If you have over 100 yards passing, you got a sticker.
Pride stickers.
Yeah. Is it sophomore? Absolutely. But nothing wrong with doing that in the locker room and saying, hey, guys, here's our goals. As a team, we want to have, 20 yards passing. We want to have 100 yards of rushing. Put a challenge out there. It doesn't seem like they're not working towards anything, it looks like. They're just flat.
Well, to me, it just seems like, it's you have to play as a unit. I mean, your goal should be, look, intrinsically as a professional, are you hungry? Are you going to go out there and do what you got to do? And like I said, offensive line play, to me, They just got to get back to basics, man. I hate to say it. I mean, I know everybody touts Stout as a great offensive line coach and a guru. He had a lot of talent. I mean, look at Kelsey and those guys, and even Jurgens when he moved to center, he had a big body next to him. Becton that last year, which honestly, you could definitely tell that they're missing him.
Mhm.
Definitely tell that they're missing him.
Listen, man, we're missing Becton. Steen's not a starter.
He's
He's not
not.
a full-time starter.
No.
I still don't think Dickerson and Jurgens are fully healthy. Lane's not in there. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
It's
So
our offensive line is in shambles right now. It's
so what
got
do
to
you do?
it's got to get healthy for one thing.
Well,
I
you got to
don't
get healthy, but you got to game plan for it. So you got to actually
Yeah.
you got to go with what your strengths are. How
I
many
still
times do you
haven't
see a
seen
ball go out of the flat? How many guys see you look at check to hot? I haven't seen it. I don't know if you guys seen it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen him check the hot. I haven't seen back in the day
Yeah.
when McNabb used to get a lot of pressure. Who was his first go-to guy? Westbrook, right?
Yeah.
So why can't we do something like that? Saquon has great hands.
We're
Use them.
not seeing any kind of creativity on that
None.
offense. We're not seeing any jet sweeps. We're not seeing any reverses. We're not seeing any screen passes. We're not
But you're
seeing
not going to get a
anything, man.
reverse.
We're seeing the same routes over and over and the same inside
There's too
handoffs
much
over and
penetration
over.
for a reverse. There's too much penetration for a jet
Yeah, I
sweep.
know. I'm saying we're not seeing that stuff anyway. Like
But
regardless.
you got to keep him honest. You got to get the ball to the tight end. You got to get to the ball to the flat. You got to get quick passes. You got to stop being so predictable. You got to use Hurts. I mean, when Hurts ran, you see how it softened up the defense.
Yeah.
Do more of the RPO. Go back to what you guys were really good at one point. Get Hurts running the ball a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if they just don't want him to get hurt, and that's why I'm protecting him more. There's so many things here, guys, that sit here, and we could play doctor sitting behind these screens, but they got to figure this out. And if you're trying to just do a basic run blocking and ball control, then you got to use, like you said, Tank Bigsby. Ben, you mentioned it earlier. I mean, Bigsby's a big back. He runs hard. That even if he gets hit like in the first yard, he'll keep his legs running. He's a little bit different. It's a 1-2 punch.
I honestly think he's more explosive than Barkley is, hitting the lanes. He has that initial burst, man. He hits them lanes. That's what gets him those 5 to 6 yard gashes that he gets. But
yeah.
I
Barkley's good. One step and go.
Yeah.
That's what Barkley's good at.
I don't think he's the tackle breaker that Barkley is either.
No, Barkley's the all around better back, but Bigsby I think just hits the lanes better than Barkley does. Bigsby, I mean.
If I'm
the lane's got to be there too, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can explain this to you guys. All right, so when you're blocking, a lot of times what Barkley was successful at last year, they would block something called the zone block. And if you guys know what zone, everybody steps to the play side. You'd have a double teams up to the linebacker, and then Barkley would be 2 or 3 yards he had to play with. Then he could take a step off of that zone and make a play. He was very good at reading. Where you were right, I believe, Ben, was for sure with Bigsby, he just goes to the A gap and he hits it hard, or B gap, whatever it is. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm just a guy. I'm not a highly paid $1 million offensive coordinator. But how do you not see this? That's the question I have. How do you not see this? And what do you do?
What they need to do is how many days off do they have? 9?
Yeah, 9 days off.
9 days off.
They need to actually go back and look at some game tape from their offense last season and actually look and be like, look, we were doing this and it was working. We won a Super Bowl with this offense. They basically, most of the roster is still there from the Super Bowl run. Yeah. They need to look at man, look what we were doing on offense then. Why are we not implementing that now? We're obviously stale. We're not getting the ball moving. We're not putting points on the board like we were last year. Right. We're not controlling the line of scrimmage like we were. Let's see what we did last year, implement it here. And I think they need to, I don't know what goes on in the locker room, but I think they need to implement more, put more leadership responsibilities on, make Hurts step up and be like, look, man, you need to engage with these guys more. Even on the sidelines, because Hurts is, Hurst's personality, man, he's like this in college. Laid back. You know what I'm saying? He's just quiet. You know, he doesn't interact
He
much.
doesn't really get rattled much, but then on the
No.
other hand, he doesn't get the fire. Like when you saw a guy
No.
like Brady before, he'd jump in guys' faces and like want to
Yeah,
rip their face off. I mean, that's the one thing about
He
him.
talks like a
Brady
fortune
and
cookie,
Manning,
too.
man. Oh,
Yeah.
mess around and miss a block for one of those guys and see what happens to you on the sidelines.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we're missing right now. And it's not only him, but like I said, the offensive line, and I hate blaming linemen because as a lineman, you always got to blame for everything anyway.
Mhm.
But it's just they're not putting him in the right position. And if the guys
Mhm.
aren't good enough to do it, you got to take what they're given. If you're going to keep trying to run the ball, and not get those blocks, and I don't know. I mean, I really think that they need to use the weapons that they have and try to deliver the ball a little bit differently and make plays. When they were successful and when the offense was humming on all cylinders, they would do even some crazy stuff, almost like,
Yeah.
run an option almost where they would pitch the
Yeah.
ball or they would run like a shovel pass or something like this. I mean, I don't like a lot of gimmick plays, but in order to make your bread and butter work, in order to be able to get the drive block, you got to mix it up, guys. You have to. They weren't getting the ball to A.J. Brown. But how many other receivers' names have you heard today?
Devontae Smith, and that was it. And I think
That's it.
the most limelight he had today is when he got dinged up. I think when he got a stinger in his left shoulder.
Dotson
I
had a
think-
catch.
Huh?
Dotson had a catch finally.
Yeah, he did. I forgot about him.
Right. Yeah, but
He's a pretty good receiver.
he's
you
a
know,
very good receiver.
they're
And
all
Washington
good
used him a
receivers.
lot more.
We got weapons, man. It's
Well, Goddard's a
starting
good tight end, but they'd never involve him much.
Right.
I mean, I'm
Right.
starting to think a lot of it's the quarterback. And I've always been a Hurst defender.
And that's the thing. I don't know. I mean, looking at the film, he didn't have a good game today. I mean, remember that one pass
mean,
they thought he
Hurts-
tipped it? That
Hurts'
was just a
best
bad
friend
pass.
has always been a good running game, and we don't have that. So he's being relied to be, a passer, and teams are just taking everything away from him. They're taking
Yeah.
away these easy routes the receivers are running. They're running the same routes over and over again. You could see it's plain as day, and teams are taking that away from us. Like,
I think
Chicago
what-
has a good defense. They jump on the ball. They lead the league in turnovers.
Yeah. Oh, it's not Chicago's not a slouch. They were 8-3 also.
They forced a couple of them on us today. Like
dude, I'd throw in some rollouts.
There's no
Yeah.
creativity. There's no creativity in this offense at all. This offense is
Mhm.
so plain and blah and bland. We need some creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
and
no
I think
design
that-
rollouts either, man. There's missing a lot of
I
things,
know.
man. I think we need an
Yeah.
offensive consultant, man. Bring in Frank Reich already.
Yeah. Bring in
No,
Frank.
bring somebody in. Come on.
No, I would bring in Frank.
Howie?
You got to bring in somebody. You have to. Listen. You got to get them excited about something.
Yeah, it's time
because-
for Howie to step in and it's time for
I don't know
Lori
why
to
they're
step
not-
in and be the boss of Sirianni and tell him, like, listen, man, Patullo's not the answer.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. It's week what? 12 now?
Well,
Week 13?
did they take the play
and-
calling away from him one or two games?
Patullo.
Patullo?
Yeah.
No. I
Yeah.
don't think-
No.
No.
Oh, they didn't take it
haven't.
away.
I
I
don't
thought,
think they
I
And,
thought
did,
one
and the way
game they did.
Sirianni is talking, they have no plans to it either. So
No.
it's bleak
not
for us
gonna do it.
Eagles fans right now, man.
To
It
be
really
honest
is.
with you, I think Howie needs to have his hands more on the wheel of hiring the coordinators.
Yeah.
I think Howie
Yeah.
does his magic with the roster. I think he does the same thing with the coaching staff.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Howie who brought in Kellen Moore last year?
Yes.
Yeah, he had a lot to do with that.
Why didn't he do that
Fangio
this year?
too. He talked
Well, they
Fangio
kept-
into coming.
The funniest thing is with Fangio is they always got everybody that was a Fangio disciple, but then all of a sudden they're like, you know what, we're actually going to bring in the guy.
Yeah,
But he's like
Yeah.
his type of person, meaning the defensive coordinator, the offensive coordinator would be a somebody, like I said before, and I said this in the group, and I said it in chat, and I said it in another show. You need somebody in there, like you said, maybe like a Frank Reich that doesn't really have head coaching aspirations right now, that's going to stick with the team, it's going to be there, and they're going to pay them a lot of good money. to do that, and make
Yeah.
sure that they have that.
I saw
Well,
some
yeah.
Eagles fans on Facebook saying they're wanting Chip Kelly back at least, and I was like, I don't think y'all want that,
Oh,
because
I
they
want
just
nothing to do with him.
investigated. Well, they just investigated while he was offensive coordinator for the Raiders. He was botching play calls. Like, he was calling plays that wasn't in their game plan or never rehearsed. Like, he was setting them up for failure or something, you know?
Maybe he thought he was doing the right thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
he could
He's
stay
turn-
clear away from San Francisco.
He's turning into Joe Biden all of a sudden.
I mean, I'd love to see. I'd love for anybody that's watching the show right now, leave your
Hey
comments,
there.
give us some ideas, um, and also, maybe something we didn't think about.
Hey,
But
listen, the eternal optimist in me says this. Like last time we had a collapse, it was the offense and the defense. This time it's kind of just the offense, but it's going to happen to the defense eventually if
well, they're
the offense
tired.
doesn't start picking it up.
Well, look
So,
at how many times did they rotate guys through today? How many times have they rotated guys through the D line today? I mean, I saw Jordan Davis out there a lot. I saw obviously Carter's out there almost every play. So these guys were getting beat up. They were tired. They were double teaming them. And when you go 3 and out, that is a buzz kill. You got to get
Yeah.
the helmet on.
yeah.
You got to go back out there. You're like, oh man, I just got on the sideline. You need a break. You got to establish a drive. However you do it, they have to figure this out. Next couple of weeks they play. Who do they play next? Washington.
They got Washington twice.
Yeah. So they got Washington next, and you know what? Washington, this is their Super Bowl. So they're not going to take it easy on the Eagles. The Eagles got to find it. They got to listen. I don't know if they have to go to the Wizard. I mean, I'm hoping it's not a hard issue, but I think they need to find a way to get that mojo back again. They have to get that swagger in your step, and say enough is enough. Lane Johnson, so he's out for another couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, you got to learn to live with Fred, but you got to do things that is going to help you. You got to do things that's going to help you, and you got to keep them honest. That's the only way. If they varied it up, a lot of fans, and me being included, I sit back and I'm like, when's it going to happen? Just when? When are they going to spread the ball around? Or what's the game? I was actually so excited about this game, thinking they had a wake up call last week. But man, when it didn't come, wow, that was tough.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, because I think Eagles now I think they have a 7% chance of winning the number 1 seed now. I think regardless of the way the season ends, it's going to go to the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams. And honestly,
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I'm an honest person. Dallas definitely looks better than the Eagles right now. They do.
Yeah, they got hot at the right time.
They got hot at the right time. George Pickens is playing he's playing out of his mind. CeeDee Lamb not so much as Pickens, but man, you still have
Hey, I mean, that's the one thing that kind of made me mad today too, was the refs calling that push off on AJ. When I seen CD do that at least a dozen times in the last couple of weeks, man.
I mean,
Just wanted to put that out there.
No, I get it. There's a lot
Not
of
fair.
inconsistency. There's a lot of that, but there's a ton of inconsistency that's happening right now. But
Yeah.
the most consistent thing is not happening is we're not winning the game in the trenches up front, and that's what's hurting us. And we're not really looking at our weaknesses and saying, how can we beat this team with what we have in front of us? If you're having trouble, if Fred Johnson's having trouble, I don't know, go 2-back set. I mean, look, figure it out. You guys are $1 million. You're paid a lot of money to figure out this game.
Well, we got
to figure
9
out
days.
the game plan.
We got 9 days to figure it out. So
yeah, a ton of time. But
and the talent is there. Coaching staff's got to get it together, man.
Right. Look, man. I hope. Look, we're all fans. We want to see them be at their best level.
It's part coaching. Part of it's coaching. Part of it is playing.
Yeah. And as that person, as the leader, like it or not, and that's the one thing I say about Hurts. As the leader, you got to put that on you.
Yeah.
And if the main thing is the main thing, then go out there and show them that the main thing is to win. You got to go out there and be that winner. You got to take them over. You got to say, hey, look, guys, we're going to take this. I'm going to put it on my shoulders, and we're going to win. Not only when things are going good, but when things are going bad. And in this game, I honestly never thought they were really in it. I didn't. I hate to say it. I wanted them to be.
Man, let's just win, man. I don't even care about the number 1 seed. I just want to win from here on out. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't have the number 1 seed last year, but we won out. So let's just win out this time around, and let's
Right.
just win, man.
Well,
Just get
here's
it together, guys.
last year, and I heard Hugh Douglas talking about this, and I actually agree with him 110%. Saquon Barkley was playing with a chip on his shoulder last year because Saquon Barkley had something to prove, and he also had a killer offensive line. Even though you lost Kelsey last year, you still had a guy that started at right guard that went to center, and you brought in a mountain of a man in Mekhi Becton. And I hate to keep going back to Becton, but you really do see, those guys, he would drive block, he would take guys off the ball, and they would get 2 or 3 yards. And that would actually, and then, Dickerson's this year is a little banged up. He's a little ginger. His back's been bothering him. And Malata is not having the year that he had last year. And so
How much did Becton? What was his contract where he went?
I'd have to look it up to be honest, but I think he went to the Chargers.
It was a pretty big deal. I think it was like a 5-year deal too, or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
With the Chargers, yeah.
Right. So he's paying. So once again, there was another man that was paying hungry, but he had an opportunity, and he wanted to stay in Philly, but Philly just couldn't match that.
Yeah, he's still balling out with I keep wanting to call him San Diego, but L.A. Chargers.
Yeah.
It's a 2-year, $20 million.
Yeah.
2 years, $20 million.
6.9 guaranteed, $5 million signing bonus.
Yeah.
For an average of $10 million per year.
Right.
I think the Eagles could have made that happen.
Well, I think a lot of times they outthink themselves.
Yeah, I thought letting Isaiah Rodgers go was the big mistake. But Dory Jackson is playing better.
I see a hey, Kristen Lawhorn. I don't know if any of you know her, but
that's my friend Kristen.
Oh, hi, Kristen. So, but just looking at this and talking about what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, they got to right the ship. I don't care. You got to come out and play inspired, guys. You got to. Otherwise, it's over. It's over, Johnny. I hate to say it, but it is. It's true.
No matter how good you are, you can't win a game if you're playing flat.
They have to because the NFC is wide open.
Absolutely.
No emotion.
Wide open.
Yep. I mean, 2-3 weeks ago, I wouldn't even be talking about this. But man, if what they showed us the last couple of weeks, and somebody's hungry and they want to win, you're wearing that crown. Everybody's trying to take it off of you.
Yep.
So that's what's happening here.
There's ways to fight it. Like we have a fullback on our roster.
Yeah.
So if you're having a hard time with the running game with a 1-back, go 2-back set. Now he'll get hit. He'll get hit, but he'll get hit 2 yards further upfield. Now you don't have to bring it in the extra tight end. You can just leave a fullback back there to pick up your end guy.
Yeah.
And there's so many options to do that. Again, there's no creativity. There's no like, oh, they're doing this, we're going to change and do this instead. You see no changes. One of the things that who was the last week that said that Dickerson said or Jurgen said he misspoke about getting prepped for the Dallas game, and then had to go back and reiterate what he said. What he was saying was, and you went over this the other night.
Yeah.
You watch film of your upcoming team, and you see what defenses they run against certain offensive sets. If you have sets that they don't have film for, so I don't know. Let's say we do an offensive alignment up there, and we go, don't ever show this before against them, so we don't know how they're going to line up. You do how you assume they're going to line up, and then you rep the plays against the defense that you think they're going to play against.
Yeah.
So there might be, 30 different defenses, a 5-4, a 5-3. Walk man up, walk 2 guys up, blitz this, blitz that. There's all different options, and practice against the ones that you think they're going to run the most, and you practice some against the ones you think they might run, and you practice a little bit against the ones that they show. So when he said that they ran defense that we didn't practice with, what he meant was that they were running like their third option defenses. So like, yeah, they saw it, they practiced against it, but they didn't practice a lot against it. Maybe it means go back to practicing more against every defense. Maybe it means spending more time on the line with alignments and blocking schemes and blocking assignments. Because there's too many guys getting through untouched on basic stunts.
Yeah.
That you're like, how did you not see that coming?
Another thing too, I think that could help their offense out. They add more motion. Like
Yes.
that's what I love about Shanahan's offense. He has so much motion going on. Every snap, someone's moving.
Who had a lot of motion in their offense last year?
The Eagles did.
Absolutely did.
Yeah.
Ellen Moore used motion a lot last year.
Yep.
Okay. And it goes back to the same thing. And with alignment, you do motion for two reasons. One, to get a guy to where you want him to be for a mismatch.
Right.
Or two, to get the defense out of alignment.
Correct.
Yep. That's what
and
Shanahan does. That's why his run game is so good.
Shanahan does that. I look at our motion, and I'm like, our motion is just motion, just for saying, hey, we had a guy in motion. Stop complaining about it. There's not a reason behind it, and there has to be a reason that you're motioning a guy to put him someplace else.
Right.
Yep.
You got to create mismatches. They don't create mismatches.
Not at all.
And I've seen a lot of that also. And like I said, we're just four guys sitting behind a computer screen. We're not living the intricacies of every day. Because I used to hate when I was a player or something like this, where people would like cast judgment, but they don't have the full read of the game. But just being obvious, when you go into a game like this and you see, look, I have my offensive tackles getting beat up, or we're just not getting the push that we have. We got to do something a little bit different in order to give yourself a chance, whether it be a run pass option. I think the run pass option for the Eagles would be a very good offense to run right now, because it at least gives different weapons and it gives different threat. And what does that do? It puts Jalen Hurts, could get him out in space also. I don't know why they keep trying to keep him behind in a pocket. He's not a pocket like kind of quarterback. He can throw in the pocket, which is fine. He gets he does get some time, but his best ways of getting out is getting out into space, is being able to run almost like a bootleg, or just getting out there, because it creates mismatches. They don't know if he doesn't throw the ball, he could tuck it under and run. So and you have a really dynamic back in Saquon Barkley, who really operates well in space. He's not a Bigsby. They're trying to create a square peg in a round hole. They really are. I mean, I've seen a lot of it, and it's frustrating. It frustrates, and I think that our fans. I hate to. I'm not pandering, but a lot of Philly fans are very knowledgeable as far as like knowing what's working, what's not working. They could probably tell you exactly what's going on with the offense, and they see things that I'm not saying other people don't, because I don't really look at other. But they see this and they're like, what the heck is going on with this team? And there's no fire, there's no juice. So, that's why I asked the question. If you guys are the head coach, what are you doing? I'll tell you what I would do. First of all, I would get down the trenches, down and dirty with those guys, and say, listen, we are getting back to basics this week, fellas. We are just getting back to basics. We're doing, we're doing the right things. We're gonna get in pads a couple of days. I know that's not popular in the professional ranks, and maybe I'm being, but I think they have 9 days. They need to go get some work in this week, and you got to look at what the other teams are giving you, and make that happen. So, a couple of things here that I think that they could definitely do over the next couple of days. I'm not confident. I'm not confident in them right now, because I just feel like they're playing. It's almost like they're playing not to lose.
Well, they are playing. They're playing not to lose, and not playing to win.
Right.
Last week against Dallas, they called the dogs off. 21-0. Call the dogs off. No bullshit. Sorry. Listen. My job is to score points. Their job is to stop me. If they can't stop me and I win by 50 or 60, that's on them, not on me.
Yeah.
Don't tell me to not play my offense because they can't defend it. Not my problem. I hate when I see a team call our dogs off, and they did that last week. And then when Dallas came back, they panicked.
Right.
Like, it's like, oh no, they scored. Oh no, they stopped us. What are you gonna do now? And they crumbled, and then it catches
Why was the tush push so effective?
in the past.
Yeah.
You had a healthy Dickerson and a healthy Jurgens.
Travis Kelsey.
Kelsey, he's healthy, guys.
Kelsey was the anchor of it, I believe.
Yeah.
But why?
The Jurgens last year was healthy. You know what I mean? This year he's just not healthy. It's obvious.
When you run the tush push one play versus when you run the tush push 6 or 7, after you've been jamming the ball down their throat, guess what? The tush push is going to work. But if you only run it one time and you haven't been jamming the ball down their throat, guess what? Not going to work.
No.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, look, it's easy to play Monday morning quarterback here, but like I said, they got to figure it out because otherwise they're going to be out. I honestly believe that they're going to whimper into the playoffs, and they could be like Dallas, one and done.
Like
I had to get a Dallas bust in there. Go ahead.
What happened to a couple weeks ago when they were running like the fakes out of the tush push? You know, like they were pretty successful on that. Like why did they stop doing that? It's like whatever is working, they stop doing, and they just go back to the same old crap again.
Yeah, it's
like
almost
there's always like one or two good plays per game. That's it. One or two good drives per game. The last few weeks, and they just keep going back to the same crap over and over.
And that's the issue.
They'll go from passing instead of and then they'll go for like a play action that's not going to fool anybody. You know what I mean?
Well, you can't have play action with no run.
Exactly.
No, you can't. You got to set that up.
Exactly.
They do it anyway.
But the run pass option, which what Foles was really good at, and going back to that offense,
they abandoned that, man.
They one time they ran it that I saw it actually run it tonight, where they actually faked the handoff and they got the ball. It was effective.
Yeah, I think teams are starting to figure that out.
Yeah, but when you're trying to run between the tackles and they have a 5-man front, and they want to try to establish the run. Well, I mean, after a while, it's just not working. I mean, I think did they go silent count tonight? Because I know we talked about that last week. I was trying to think if they went.
They did.
They did a lot of it in the first half.
Probably because they were tired of hearing all the booming.
Right, but they go silent count. They think they're holding it by surprise, but they're still in a 2-point stance. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm old school in my mindset, but there's a lot that needs to happen here.
Yeah, it's
if I was Sirianni, what I would do, I'd grab my offense coordinator, have a meeting with him, just talk to him. Look, what can we do to just be more creative, not be so conservative with this offense?
Yeah,
because we don't have the Eagles. They don't have the offense where you have to play conservative to win a game. They have the roster built where they can be aggressive.
Right.
And then I'd sit down with Hurts. Look, bro, I need you to step up, be more of a, hands-on leader on the sidelines. Help us out here, because because the quarterback is, he's the leader of the team basically. And I just don't see Hurts ever interacting with anybody on the sidelines. I just don't. Every now and then he'll run over there to, watch the tablet with a coach or something, but he's just so nonchalant about things, and I like Hurts.
You need that leader. I was listening to another show earlier, and they said Seth Joyner was talking about some dissension among the ranks with Hurts and how he's like standoffish and maybe they feel a certain kind of way about him. So if anybody got a chance to check that out. Mm-hmm. So it was just interesting to see. You could see it and feel it. I wish Carl was on tonight. I know he was probably working today. But we'll try to get some more information from him as to what the team read is and what's happening with the team because he does
I
that.
mean, listening to the players, they act like nothing's going on. Like Jordan
That's a
Mailata says
company line.
Yeah, they're not gonna
I don't know.
they're not gonna divulge anything like that to the public.
Malata's a company guy. He's not
And
going to say
but
anything.
Carl said the same thing on the last episode. Like it's not something we should be reading into, but I mean,
I think there's more there than what we realize, and I
Yeah.
think that's the issue.
yeah,
I do, guys. I mean, I
That's
really
why-
do.
That's why I wonder how much NFL Hard Knocks is going to edit, some of that content out. When they air the episodes for the NFC East division
I hope they
coming
don't.
up.
Well,
I hope they don't either, but they probably do just to protect some of the people's reputations and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
they gotta make a dramatic effect though.
yeah.
At the same time, so who knows what they're gonna add?
But if we talk
Maybe.
about,
Never know.
not
I'll watch it.
that
I'm going to
everybody,
watch it.
yeah,
I'm
not that anybody
definitely
wants to
gonna
talk
watch it.
about Dallas, but if you watched that game yesterday, I mean, they were making plays. Dak was throwing the ball. He was he was throwing beans out there. He was. I mean,
Yeah.
they looked good. They're running the football. Their defense, they did some things at the trade deadline, so they look like a team that's inspired. They do. I mean, you could be a homer all you want, but you got to be real.
Yeah.
And right now, they got to light. The Eagles got to find a way to light a fire under themselves, or they're going to find out that I don't know if even Dallas has a chance to win a division, but you know what? That's the one team right there. I mean, they got a tough schedule coming up over the next couple weeks. Dallas does. The Eagles don't have a tough schedule. But if they don't get a fire under them, like next week, if they're playing, the Eagles got who? The Redskins said, the Commanders next week?
Yeah, I think so. I think y'all play them.
Yeah.
Y'all play them.
Well, I could look at the schedule.
Yeah, I forgot there's somebody in between the Washington games. I forgot who it is.
Is it the Raiders?
I think so.
Yeah, we play the Raiders in like 2. No, we play.
Hold on. We got a tough schedule. We got a couple. I know there's a tough game in there, so hold on.
Y'all have two of the final. I think
we play the
two
Chargers
games.
Yeah, we play the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers.
Yeah, they're above 500.
They're a pretty
It's
good.
it's in LA, but Eagles fans, they travel really well, so that's going to be kind of like a home game.
Oh, dude, that stadium's easy to take over. The 49ers do every time they go down there.
Yeah.
That's why we call it Levi. That's why we call it Levi South.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
but,
really.
but will they travel with a team that's 8-3, 8-4, and
Yeah, they
start
will.
playing well?
I think they will.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be curious to see how they bounce back.
So the Chargers, the Raiders, the Commanders, the Bills, and the Commanders. So they got, they got the Bills, and the Bills are limping right now.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be an easy win.
They're still dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely, they're dangerous. The Chargers are dangerous. I think all these, any NFL team, guys, they have NFL players on them. And if you go in thinking it's an easy win, it's never an easy win. So,
dude, I know the 49ers in for a dogfight Sunday. So,
right. Who the Niners got this week?
Browns.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a cold, wet, rainy game too, and Purdy struggles in rain games. So that game's going to be decided on the trenches. Who wins the battle of the trenches?
Yeah. So we're going to see who's going to take that. So, listen, next couple weeks or even week, I'm interested to hear Sirianni's press conference tomorrow.
Yeah. Listen, we're playing on 10 games rest. It's actually 10 days we play again, so that's kind of good. I mean, that gives us time to rest up a little bit.
Heal up.
Yeah, let them heal up a little bit, and
Sirianni is a great
coach
when they're winning.
Season, guys. It's not the end of the season yet.
It's not, but Sirianni is a great coach when they're winning.
Yeah.
Let's see how good of a coach he is when they hit adversity. Well, that's a sign of a great coach.
We've seen that happen.
We've seen that in 2023.
Well, let's see it happen now.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going to happen now.
And if he does that again,
let's not let that happen again.
Yeah.
Right. So
hopefully, listen, man, it is what it is.
Well,
it isn't.
It is, yeah, it is. But honest to goodness, we got to see what they do, how they react, and how
Yeah.
they're going to react over the next week. And
I'm
then
done. I'm done throwing remotes at TVs and
I have. Do you guys ever see? I have a TV brick. I actually bought it. You ever see that? It's
The
like
little
foam.
phone.
This
Yeah.
phone.
Foam. Yeah, I was throwing it at the TV. I started yelling at the TV, and I started throwing a TV brick. I thought it was hilarious, but yeah. But I threw my arm out because it's not heavy at all. Anyway, make a long story.
Hey,
But
I remember I threw a tissue. I got into an argument with my mom one time, and it was kind of funny. Like it was a pretty heated argument. So like I grabbed a tissue. I wanted to throw something at her. Like so I threw a tissue at her. And I threw this like I felt like it was Roy Holiday throwing a tissue, man. And that
yeah,
tissue just like I threw it like full might and it just kind of fluttered towards her. The next thing
yeah.
you know, we're just both cracking up. Like,
Well, that's how I feel now with the Eagles.
yeah.
It's like it's so frustrating. I don't know about the rest of you guys
I
watching.
like
It
my
was
TV.
depressing.
I might throw a tissue at it. If
Yeah,
anything.
it was depressing. It was depressing.
Well,
I said it before. I'll say it again. I still think the number one problem on this team is the quarterback. Again, I like him. I don't want. I would never pick him to run my team. I don't think he does. He does a lot of things very well. But he does a lot of things that he doesn't do well, and I think that hurts this team.
Well,
Holds him back.
what doesn't he do well?
I don't think he throws a ball over 30 yards very well. I
Yeah,
think I think a lot of
still kinda-
quarterbacks.
his mechanics still like go back to like
You
his
know,
rookie year to me.
you
Like,
see some of the guys who are
mechanics
great
come off.
quarterbacks. The Burrows, the Goff. I mean Goff. These are the guys that historically they throw that 30, 40-yard pass like that strike down
On
to
a rope.
on a rope
Yeah.
to the receiver down the sideline. And Hurst can't do that. Hurst, now don't get me wrong, Hurst can throw the ball 40 yards, but it's a balloon. And his is more or less like
Yeah,
Hurts
that's like
could be a pretty good decision maker, though. And
He
and the thing too is, I'd like to see what he could do with an offensive coordinator. For more
so right there.
years.
You said it right there.
Like every season
he makes
since
good
his
decisions.
freshman year of college, he's had a different offensive coordinator every
Carrie,
season.
Carrie, you said it, Carrie.
He's
He makes good decisions. He's a good game manager.
Yeah.
They told him last
To me,
year,
that's not
don't turn the
that's
ball
not an
over.
insult.
No, it's not an insult.
Yeah,
Hey, listen,
a lot of people take it as such, though.
Trent Dilfer won a championship like that.
Yeah,
yeah,
Tom Brady was the game manager.
every quarterback is a game manager.
yeah.
Every-
But
They'll have to
he
be.
was
Yeah.
also a leader too. There's a
Yeah.
difference between
Ertz
managing
is
and
a
leading.
leader. Ertz is a leader, man. You saw what he did in the Super Bowl. Let's not take that away from him.
I
He's a
didn't
leader.
take that away from him. But I'm saying when
just
things
saying.
go bad,
Yeah,
right? When things go bad, then this is the time for him to step up.
yeah.
When things
It's
go
time for the
bad,
whole
your
team to
captains.
step up.
Yeah, but you always like it or not, the quarterback position is the position
course.
that always the middle linebacker and the quarterback position are the two positions on the field that are assigned leadership positions. They just are, like it or not, and it's the truth. So he doesn't have to be vocal in the media with everything else, but he has to get in that room. They have to figure it out. They got to get and they have to have a game plan that's going to be effective. And to try to reinvent the wheel like 3/4 of the way the season's over, it's not smart. You can't really do that. But
No.
Yeah.
take what they're giving you and make some things happen. So
Listen, are the players mad at each other, or are they mad at the coaching staff? You know what I mean? I think they're
I
mad
think
at
it's a
the coaching
combo.
staff.
I think
Yeah.
it's a
I don't think
combo.
I don't know. I think they're still a pretty tight knit team.
I'll bet you there's an awful lot of
For the
guys
most
in the locker room who are a little pissed off at AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Of course,
I think there's
it's
factions.
human nature, but
I think there's factions. I
Yeah.
think they team this,
I
team
don't
that. When you losing bears its ugly head.
It draws
When you're
lines.
winning, it does. Because
Mhm.
everybody starts pointing a finger. It's not me. If they only did this, I told them to run this, so I don't know why they
Listen,
didn't. So there's a
no-
lot of that.
Not this week. The last 2 weeks, they won what 13-10 two weeks ago. And then last week in the last week they gave up 21 points.
Right.
Those two games there draw lines between offense and defense.
Right.
We did our job. How can you do your job?
yeah,
Right.
It's a matter of time.
So that's it. if everybody does their job, I always tell my kids when I was coaching, it says if everybody wins their one-on-one, then we're going to win the game. You got to focus on yourself. But there's a lot there that just needs to be unpacked. They need to get into game study, and they need to do the fundamental things that got them to where they were. And if they can't physically do what they used to do, then you got to find a different way to get the job done. And you got a game plan for what you have in front of you.
I think them bringing Brandon Graham back, because he brings that leadership aspect. I think that helps them out on defense. But they got, like we were saying, they got to find that guy on offense.
Barkley last
that's where
year.
it all comes down to.
Well, Barkley last year took a lot of leadership and put a lot on himself that way also. I don't see that this year as much as last year.
Kelsey did too.
Dickerson was kind of that guy, before.
Kelsey wasn't there last year. The year before he was.
Yeah. I mean, year before, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
but he was also there when they lost.
Yeah.
Lane was kind of that guy too, but Lane's been in and out of the lineup so much. You can really tell when Lane's out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's stalwart. I mean, he's one of the best, if not the best, right tackle in the league.
Yeah.
It's like a right-handed boxer having a broken right arm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what we have right now. So, fellas,
a lot of mileage on that engine, though.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to discuss. Everything's going to be in the group, and I will tell you, Dallas fans, believe me, we noticed that you guys have been playing better and everything else.
Yeah, so garbage though.
What we could do without all your BS. No offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep drinking the Kool-Aid. Y'all still played at home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen.
And you're playing in the Dome next week too, so whatever.
What's their remaining schedule looking like? Don't they have? Didn't y'all say they got a little gauntlet coming up?
Yeah. So Dallas' schedule next couple.
They still got the Bills, or no, they got the Chargers.
Let's take a look.
I see the Cowboys and Bills game being a shootout.
Yeah.
Bills defense has been their last two games. They got the Commanders and the Giants. So they'll probably win those games.
I tell you, a team that surprised me this year is falling apart is the Ravens.
Oh yeah.
I am like,
the fact they lost to the Bengals was like, what?
Dude, Joe Burrow came back and just said, "I've never left," basically. But
yeah,
I'm disappointed with them this year. I like John Harbaugh.
Yeah, but sometimes coaches run their course.
Yep.
So he could be one of those guys. I mean, Harbaugh's been doing it now. How long has he been with the Ravens? 15 years?
18 years.
18
years.
Yeah,
long time.
Yeah. So, interesting to see. We'll see.
Yeah, the Eagles only got to win like 2 more games for them to win the division. They just can't lose the rest. They can't lose out. They can't just collapse like they did in 2023. They got to beat. They got to beat like maybe the Commanders and the Raiders. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world, guys. Not the end of the world.
No, you got to win convincingly, though. You got to beat the team you're going to beat convincingly, and that's all phases of the game: offense, defense, and making plays. I mean, honestly, go ahead, Ben.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was saying like a win's a win, but a lot of times it's how you win.
Right.
Because that carries the momentum into your next week,
Exactly. And then that's what I wanted to see. I mean, look, the coaches today made a bonehead call. I mean, a lot of people talk about that 2-point conversion. I mean, it would have had to be done anyway. But, that 2-point conversion, they should have just kicked the field goal. And then, at least you feel like you have a chance at the end of the game. Then it was tougher. It was more of an uphill climb. You never take points off the board. And that extra point, believe it or not, that Jake Elliott miss was a big deal because everything was going. You felt like it was just going in the right direction. I mean, you missed that field goal. You're like, oh no, it's just another thing,
I thought it was going in. It hooked to the left so fast. I was like, damn.
Yeah, he didn't read the wind, didn't play it right.
AJ Brown had his best game of the season.
Yeah, which is kind of ironic, right? I mean,
he showed up.
So,
well, that's I'm worried about the end of our season. The 49ers got a gauntlet for their last 3. They got the Bears, Colts, and Seahawks.
Yeah.
That's our final three. We got the Browns and Titans coming up, so it's going to be it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we get. That's what we get for winning the Super Bowl last year.
Yes, sir.
Tough schedule.
All right, fellers. Well, look, great show. We're at the hour. So we're going to do our
Yeah.
next show is going to be on Tuesday evening. Hey, guys, if you haven't liked, subscribe, make sure you guys do that. We really do appreciate you guys coming on and giving and supporting us right here at Straight Shooter. And if you guys want straight talk, make sure you come to Straight Shooter. We tell it how it is, and we give you guys a game plan. So for all of us, unless somebody else has something pretty good, for all of us, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving too.
Yeah, Thanksgiving too. Whatever, that's fine. Yeah. I feel like now with the Dallas fans, we're eating crow.
Smoke crow.
Yeah,
Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, have a great night, and we'll see you guys on the next show.
Have a good night, guys.